Marion here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the start of the school season. Yes! I am so excited for back to school, guys, because this is my son's first year going to school. So he's starting off in Jewish preschool. It's really just a mommy and me class because he's only 2 years old, but it's at like a full-blown school. So this is very exciting for me to be sending him, and of course I get to go along with him too, which is always fun. Also, the other best thing about the new school year starting and fall coming is that Rosh Hashanah is on the way. This is the Jewish New Year, and I personally love that Judaism has a new year starting in September, because to me that always feels like the start of the next season of life, so it just feels very appropriate to me. So I wanted to share with you guys a back to school slash first day of school Jewish tradition. This is something that my preschool slash Jewish day school did when I was growing up, so I'm excited to do it for my son this year. So what I'm going to be doing is baking challah. You can also use bread or cookie dough or anything like that into the shapes of letters. And the idea behind this is that learning should be sweet, so their first taste of school should always be sweet. So it's tradition to have like challah and honey or something sweet for them on the first day, and making letters out of dough for them to eat like for breakfast on the first day is just a really fun, cute tradition. So earlier this morning I made some of my challah dough. It's super easy. I will share the recipe below, and I'll insert a quick clip of me making it right now. So the dough has risen. I actually only did 1/3 of the recipe this time around because it makes a ton and I just need a little bit. But as you can see, it's still a lot of challah dough. So what I'm going to do is put flour on my hands and then take the ball of dough out of the bowl that it's been rising in. And it is a bit of a sticky dough, and I'm going to put some more flour on my surface here so I can roll it out a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is shaping A, B, C, and Aleph, Bet, Gimel, the first 3 letters of the English and Hebrew alphabet, with my dough. And then I'm also going to show you guys how to make Challah Pops, which is just a fun little thing to do if you have extra dough lying around from your challahs. So, okay, let me grab my baking sheet. So this is just a foil lined baking sheet. I always line with foil because it's just easier for cleanup. You can also do parchment paper or a little bit of oil works too. And then what I'm going to do is take my dough and divide it into little equal balls about this size. Okay, so I made 6 equal sized balls of dough. It is important that they're sort of equal in size because you want them to bake at a consistent time so that one doesn't like burn while the other is not cooked enough. Then the next thing I'm going to do is roll out the letters, and I'm going to flip the camera so you guys can see exactly how I do it. Okay, so first I'm going to roll out my letter A. Challah dough does have a tendency to rise and spread in the oven, although this recipe is pretty good for things keeping their shape. So you do want it to be pretty long and thin so that even when it does rise in the oven, you'll still have a good shape coming out of the end. Okay, so that is my letter A. I'm going to put it on the baking sheet. And the other tip that I have for you guys is if you have a little hole in the letter, like an A, it really helps to just take some tin foil and put it inside. That way, even if your challah bakes up and puffs out, you'll still maintain the integrity of the shape of the letter. Okay, now I B, I like to roll out 1 long strand and then 2 short ones. And the C, of course, is super easy. Okay, so there's ABC. Now I'll show you guys how to do the Aleph, Bet, Gimel. Okay, so I'm doing print letters for Hebrew. There's also cursive, but the Aleph in cursive is actually 2 separate lines, so I don't like that for baking. So yeah, I'm doing the printed letter Aleph and Bet. So you want the pieces coming out from roughly 1/3 of the way into this main line down the center. So you don't want it to be an X or like the English letter N. But I will say Aleph is one of the trickier Hebrew letters to make out of dough. So don't feel bad if yours is not perfect. Obviously, mine is not perfect either. Okay, Bet is a little bit easier. You're gonna start with 1 line at the bottom, and then almost like a C shape to go next to it. And Hebrew is read from right to left, unlike English, which is left to right. So these aren't equivalent. A is here, Aleph's here, Bet, and then C, Gimel, for anyone who's curious. Okay, now all I have left to do is Gimel. So I like to make a Gimel as a straight line with a little hat on him. And of course, this is dough, so any mistake can be fixed really easily. I didn't like the hat on my Gimel. I think it would be better if I rolled it out separately this time. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so my letters are all rolled out, and I'm just gonna put them aside and show you guys how to make the Challah Pops. Okay, so now that my alphabet letters are all ready to go, I'm going to use the extra dough to make what I like to call Challah Pops. So these are really cute. All you need is dough and something like a popsicle stick or a cute straw. I put these in after the dough is baked, by the way, as these are paper straws and I wouldn't want them to burn up in the oven, although I'm sure plastic straws would not fare any better. Okay, so with about the same size ball of dough as your letters, all you're going to do is roll it out really thin and then swirl it into a swirly design pattern. Okay, so here's my worm of dough, and then I just start at one end and roll dough around, making the spiral. There he is, and then I'll just put it on a baking sheet, roll out a few more, and then I'll bake them up and show you guys what they look like. Okay guys, so I finished with my 3 little Challah Pops and my letters. What I'm going to do is brush them with a little bit of egg wash and then pop them into the oven so they'll get nice and crispy golden brown. And then when they're done, I'll just put a little bit of honey on them to make them even sweeter for the first day of school. Okay guys, I took my challahs out of the oven and put them on this board to rest. They baked for about 20 to 25 minutes. I watched them the last like 5 minutes to make sure they wouldn't burn. And yeah, they came out so super cute. I love them. The letters like held their shapes and stuff. So when I give them to my son for the first day of school, I'll put a little honey on them so we can have a sweet learning experience. And yeah, I want to show you guys the Challah Pops also. And I wanted to tell you that these would be great for Rosh Hashanah if you're like hosting families or things like that with young kids, or just want to make it home to celebrate the holiday. Because on Rosh Hashanah you're supposed to have a round challah anyways, so these are perfect for that, and of course super easy to make. So I thought I would just do a little taste test for you guys of one of my Challah Pops. So good. Obviously, challah is delicious. This is one of my favorite recipes. Of course, I use it all the time. It doesn't even need honey. It's so good. Okay. I'm gonna go eat this Challah Pop. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more. I'm putting out a ton of Rosh Hashanah and Jewish holiday videos as the fall starts, and I can't wait to show them to you guys. So I'll see you soon. Bye!